Welcome to the Raven Space YouTube. My name is Jason, and this is Raven Space Daily, where we talk about the Baltimore Ravens every single day. Thank you so much for joining me. Please subscribe and comment for every topic, and we'll get started. The first topic of the day is the big news of the day, and that's that Ravens defensive tackle Timmy Jernigan was traded to the Philadelphia Eagles. And so this has been rumored for a while now, but now it's finally happened. Timmy Jernigan, who was a good defensive tackle, he was young, but he was traded for a third-round pick. And in order to do that, the Ravens had to trade Timmy Jernigan and also give a comp pick, what they got when they lost Osemele a couple of years ago. This is a good decision by the Ravens. They had so much depth on the defensive line. They just couldn't have Timmy Jernigan. They knew they can't pay him. They can't pay these different people. They have young people like Carl Davis, who needs to step up, like Willie Henry, who they drafted last year. Not to mention Michael Pierce, who will be a standout on the defensive line, in my opinion. I think last year he had a better season than Brandon Williams in a lot of different ways. So, it's good for the Ravens to get value for Timmy. Again, Timmy is a good defensive tackle, a little undersized, much like the other defensive tackles the Ravens have drafted in the past years. But Timmy can make plays. I think he'll go to the Eagles and he'll play well. The Eagles do have a good defense. They had the same problem we did last year where they played, regular teams very well, but against the larger teams, the teams like the Patriots and different things like that, they weren't able to come to play. But again, the Ravens are going to get a third pick. I think this pick is going to be used on a cornerback or defensive end. Again, let me know what you think the Ravens are going to use this extra pick for. But in a league now where picks are very valuable, the Browns have so many picks, the Ravens have to keep up. And I think they did a great job with this decision. We knew this was coming for a long time. Like I said, there's been rumors and different things like that. When you looked at the depth chart, it was obvious that they couldn't pay him his last year. You're not going to get a lot for him. It's his last year. They don't know how good he is. He's never been the guy in Baltimore. But again, we got good value for this pick. Let me know how you feel about this in the comments below. I'm a fan. I've said it. So again, let me know, and I'll be in the comments talking to you guys. We'll move on to the second topic of the day, which is a topic that is a little concerning to me. The Ravens bring in Tim Williams for a pre-draft visit. ESPN reported this. I'm worried because I do not like red flag prospects. And it's not because I don't think people can change. For example, you have Tyrann Mathieu for the Arizona Cardinals coming out of LSU, had a lot of problems, was suspended for a whole year. But it's just that there are plenty of great players in the draft. Tim Williams is a risk that I don't know if I want. There's some things that we see, drinking is a problem for a lot of players, and it's hard for them to get over, but, they are able to do different things like that. Tim Williams has several different charges. I'll read it to you guys. He was arrested in September for a misdemeanor gun charge, and has acknowledged that he's failed multiple drug tests. And the Ravens have a problem. We have players who fail drug tests all the time, whether it be for, weed or performance enhancing substances. We can't add another one. Again, Dixon went out this year because, he failed a test for performance enhancers. It's, I don't think the Ravens should get him. Now, I did see tape on him before I wanted to talk about this, and he's explosive and he's talented. I do not think they should go there. Again, I don't think he'll be a good fit. If you are acting out for Alabama, right, with Nick Saban, one of the hardest coaches, to play for in college football, maybe the hardest coach, and you think that the freedom that the NFL gives you as a player, as opposed to college, that you're going to change, I don't know if the Ravens want that. And also with the recent past things the Ravens have, and with Ray Rice and different things like that, I don't think they're going to go that way. But they did bring him in, so I thought you guys should know. Let me know how you feel. I'm concerned about this. I hope the Ravens don't use a pick on him. I think there's other talented players who don't come with the baggage, so you should, spend the pick on them. And then the last news topic of the day, it's time for Joe Flacco to play up. With Tony Romo, choosing to retire to become an NFL analyst, Joe Flacco now has the highest cap number in the league. And what this means is that cap hurts your team, right? So in the past, Joe didn't have the highest cap number. He was paid a lot, but the cap wasn't hurting the team, right? Ozzie was doing his thing to make sure that the cap was manageable. Now he's number one, and now when you have the highest cap, you gotta play the game at at one of the highest levels. And it's time, and John Harbaugh, said that they want to work to put a great team around him. I haven't really seen that this offseason. We put a great defense on the team, but there's no offensive pieces were added except for Danny Woodhead, who's not going to be able to change the game. It's time for Joe to step up. Again, I'll read to get to you. He is scheduled, for next season to have a $24.55 million against the cap. Again, now this will stir up those elite conversations. And, if you want my honest opinion, I don't think Joe's been playing elite. I think he played elite that stretch in the playoffs. I think that he was playing at an elite level the year after that, even where he had one of the best seasons of his career, even though the Ravens had a down year. When you have a higher cap number than Tom Brady, Aaron Rodgers, and Drew Brees, you can't. I need you to come play, and so we'll see what happens. I'm never a fan of a player taking less money. I really do think that just like your job and my job, the companies use you, right? And when companies use you, you gotta use them and you take their money, right? So I'm never a fan of someone taking less money. I am a proponent of, if they pay you, you play, right? You gotta play at that level they pay you at. And so we'll see. Hopefully Joe can play up to his cap number because it is high. So. And that's it for the news for today. I wanted to mention to you guys that we do have another nice show here on the Raven Space YouTube channel. It's called Raven Space Fan Talk. It's where we talk to a fan like you and I. I talked to them. I asked them about their opinion about the Ravens, how they feel, and they gave me a perspective. Last week we had a guy from Mexico City who's a Ravens fan, which was awesome. This time we have a more local guy from Virginia. Please watch that. It's awesome. He's a great guy. He's a true Ravens fan, just like a lot of you guys are. So again, please watch the Raven Space Fan Talk episode 2 and go back and watch episode 1. If you want, you can, do it all. Thank you guys for watching this video. Please follow me on the various social media at the bottom. We have Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Again, we post news to those as well as specialty things like comparisons year over year for players and different things like that. Also, if you're not subscribed, please click the circle with the Raven Space logo in it and subscribe to the Raven Space. We give you guys news. We're going to start giving you things like different features, a lot of different fun things that we have. And lastly, please watch another video. I have a playlist here. You can watch the Raven Space news. We have fan talks, highlight videos of your favorite Ravens players. And it's just some of the things that we do. Again, please comment, let me know, like, subscribe, share. Thank you guys so much, and go Ravens.